I'm James Farrell, your WFAE education reporter, here with a rundown of some of last week's education news. First up, remember how North Carolina allowed high school athletes to profit from their name, image, and likeness last school year? Well, last week we got our first sense of what that looked like. A new report from the State Department of Public Instruction just came out, and it highlighted the first sponsorship deals for North Carolina high school athletes last school year. Here's the headline. The report found that 12 student athletes from 11 different schools signed a total of 17 NIL deals. The really eye-popping figure? One student athlete secured a 2-year deal worth $1.2 million. State Board member Wendell Hall even quipped that's not a bad income for a junior or senior. While the report didn't name names, it's worth noting that a lawsuit from the family of Greensboro quarterback Faison Brandon played a significant role in pushing the state to allow these NIL deals, and his deal was suggested to be worth over $1 million at the time. State officials pointed out that this was definitely an outlier. The next two highest deals reported were for $10,000, and most of the others were for the monetary value of the items the athletes were endorsing, like sports drinks or apparel. The good news is that the report found no instances of NIL violations, such as students endorsing prohibited merchandise or failing to meet academic standards. Let's shift gears to a more sobering topic: how students are still struggling academically after the pandemic. A new report just released from Curriculum Associates, that's the group behind the iReady adaptive learning platform that's used at schools across the country, including here at Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools, looked at data from nearly 14 million K-8 students nationwide, tracking trends in math and reading assessments. The overall takeaway is that we've sort of plateaued since the pandemic hit. Kristen Huff, the head of measurement at Curriculum Associates, told me that students are learning, which is a bright spot, but they're learning at about the same rate that they had been historically. The problem is, to truly catch up to where they were before the pandemic disrupted education, that rate needs to accelerate. One of the most surprising findings from the report is that it's younger students, particularly those in kindergarten through third grade, who appear to be struggling the most since COVID-19. Those students are still performing well below their pre-pandemic predecessors. That's unexpected because those are students who weren't even in school when the pandemic hit. It suggests that the pandemic's impact on child learning may have been felt even outside the classroom. Looking ahead, we've got some other important indicators of student achievement coming out in September. That'll be the next round of the nation's report card scores for 12th grade reading and math and 8th grade science. And we'll also get the Department of Public Instruction state test scores and school report cards for the 2024-25 school year. And looking ahead to this week, we've got a CMS school board meeting Tuesday night. It'll be the last meeting before the school year starts, and we'll be getting a back-to-school presentation, as well as an update on the district's goals for getting kids to graduate on track to be enrolled, enlisted, and employed. Stay tuned to WFAE for more education news.